الحمد لله رب العالمين ثم الصلاة والسلام والتحية الكرام على جميع الأنبياء والمرسلين والشهداء والصالحين والصديقين وعلى خير خلقه البشير النذير السراج المنير أبي القاسم محمد
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد
وعلى آل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين المنتجبين الميامين ولعنوا دائما على أعدائهم أجمعين. أما بعد فقد قال الله سبحانه تبارك وتعالى في كتابه الكريم وهو أصدق الحديث. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. صلوات.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
امید ہے کہ خدا تعالی ہم سب پر اور آنے والی نسلوں پر تمام نعمات و رحمات بالاخص اس عظیم مہینے کی نعمات و رحمات سے نوازے اور توفیق دے کہ اس مہینے میں متقین کے ساتھ مولا کائنات کے محضر اللہ سبحانہ تعالیٰ کے حضور شرفیاب ہو سکے اور مہمانی خدا کا لقب اور شرف ہم سب کو نصیب ہو بر محمد وعلی محمد صلوات.
اللہم صلی علی محمد وآل محمد.
اس سے پہلے کہ کچھ معروضات آپ لوگوں کی عرض کروں چونکہ آج اور کل میرے خیال سے آخری دن ہوگا آپ لوگ خدمت میں ہوں میں انشاءاللہ. پھر نیکسٹ ٹائم جب خدا توفیق دے گا تو آپ خدمت میں ہوگا انشاءاللہ. اور احکام کچھ ہو جائیں تو اس کے بعد آپ لوگ خدمت میں کچھ معروضات ہوں گے. احکام یہ ہیں کہ اگر کوئی شخص رات میں جنوب ہو جائے اس پہ غسل واجب ہے اور غسل نہ کرے اور یہاں تک کہ اذان صبح ہو جائے تو اس انسان کے لیے اگر جان بوجھ کر سکتا تھا، پانی موجود تھا، سب کچھ تھا، اس نے غسل نہیں کیا ہے تو پھر اس پر کفارہ بھی واجب ہے اور روزہ کھا بھی نہیں سکتا، توڑ بھی نہیں سکتا اور قضا بھی رہے گا. 3 چیزیں. روزہ بھی رکھے گا لیکن روزہ کاؤنٹ نہیں ہوگا، کفارہ بھی دے گا اور قضا بھی کرے گا. کس کے لیے؟ وہ انسان جو رات میں مجنب ہو جائے اس پہ غسل واجب ہو جاتا ہے. اگر چنانچہ مجنب ہونے کے بعد وہ سو گیا بیچارہ اس امید سے کہ صبح اٹھے گا فجر سے پہلے اور نیت تھی کہ غسل کرے گا. اگر ایسا انسان جو رات میں سو جائے مجنب ہونے کے بعد اس پہ غسل واجب ہوتا ہے اور اس کی نیت یہ تھی کہ صبح اٹھے گا اور اذان صبح سے پہلے غسل کرے گا، اچانک نیند لگ گئی اور اٹھا نہیں، یہاں تک کہ دیکھا اذان صبح ہو گئی ہے تو اس صورت میں کوئی حرج نہیں ہے، وہ پورا روزہ رکھ سکتا ہے. اگر دن میں سو رہا ہے اور بلا اختیار بغیر کوئی اختیار کے نیند میں محترم ہو جائے جس پہ غسل واجب ہو جائے تو ایسا انسان بھی روزہ کنٹینیو کرے گا، اس پہ کوئی حرج نہیں ہے. صرف ان لوگوں کے لیے جو روزے کی حالت میں جان بوجھ کر کوئی ایسا کام کریں یا اپنی بیوی کے ساتھ رابطہ رکھیں جس کے ذریعے روزہ باطل ہو جاتا ہے، ان کے لیے کفارہ ہے. اگر بغیر کوئی اختیار کے سوتے ہوئے سونے کی حالت میں اگر کوئی ایسی صورتحال ہو جائے جس کے لیے غسل واجب ہو جائے تو اس کا روزہ برقرار رہے گا، اسے روزہ نہیں توڑ سکتا. اس کے لیے نہ کفارہ ہے اور نہ ہی قضا انجام دینا ہے. کچھ حالات ہیں جس میں انسان کو قضا بھی کفارہ بھی ہے، کچھ حالات میں صرف اور صرف قضا ہے، کفارہ نہیں ہے. قضا ان صورتحال میں یا ان حالات میں ہے جیسے انسان گرد و غبار ایسی جگہ جائے جہاں پہ जानबूझकर नहीं बल्कि अनजाने गर्द गुबार वो अपने हल तक पहुंचा रहा है, तो उस सूरत में अगर जानबूझ के पहुंचा रहा है तो उसका रोजा बातिल होगा, कज़ा होगा, उसे कफारा नहीं होगा। लेकिन इतना गिर्द गुबार चला जाए कि वो जैसे स्ट्रीम का पानी होगा या कुछ जिसके जरिए पेट पे महसूस हो रहा है कुछ गया है खाने की जगह पे, तो फिर उसके लिए कफारा नहीं है। अगर नहीं तो हम गिर्द गुबार है तो उसे अवॉइड करना चाहिए।
जिस आदमी का पेशा ही यही है
मसलन
भट्टी में काम करना
जी, तो वो अगर ऐसा है जो कि ज्यादा गिर्द गुबार नहीं है, टैंजिबल नहीं है, तो कोई हरज नहीं है। लेकिन कोई ऐसा पेशा तो उसके लिए मास्क रख ले, अगर मास्क रख लेता है तो कोई हरज नहीं है। कोई ऐसा हो कि वो डायरेक्ट उसके बदन में ना जा रहा, कोई हरज नहीं। कोई ऐसा पेशा हो जिसमें जैसे सीमेंट की फैक्ट्री में कोई काम कर रहा है या मिट्टी के साथ उसका ये है, तो उसके लिए मास्क रख लेना चाहिए। और इसी तरह अगर इंसान जानबूझकर नहीं बिला इख्तियार कई आ जाए, वॉमिटिंग हो जाए उसके लिए, तो उसका भी रोजा बातिल नहीं होगा। लेकिन अगर कोई जानबूझकर ऐसी चीज खाए जिसके लिए वो मालूम है कि सुबह उसको कई आ जाएगा, कई होगा, या ऐसी जगह जाए जहाँ पे बदबू से, जैसे फिश मार्केट, अगर कोई शख्स जानता है कि फिश मार्केट में जाए उसे वॉमिटिंग हो जाती है, जानबूझकर जाता है, उसे कफारा देना है। अगर अनजाने जा रहा है एकदम बिल्कुल बिला इख्तियार उससे कै निकल जाता है, उसका रोजा बातिल नहीं होगा, उसका रोजा कंटिन्यू करना चाहिए। कोई और सवाल? एनी क्वेश्चन अबाउट अहकाम बार मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम। बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। अम्मल लैलु फसाफूना अक़दामहुम। Or beloved Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen, he described the attributes of righteous people, those who are muttaqeen. What was the purpose? We are talking in this auspicious month, great month, month of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The reason is this month is month of Allah, and we have to practice taqwa in this month as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded in his book. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O you who believe, fasting is wajib upon you, and the purpose of the fasting is la'allakum tattaqoon, may you practice high quality of taqwa, and may you include among the muttaqoon, righteous people. So we want to know who are those people, those who are muttaqeen, what types of attributes they have. We talk and discuss few of those attributes which Imam Ali mentioned. They have to control their tongue, their ears, their eyes, and also they have to wear humble dress, they have to walk with humble, and so on and so forth. Patience, and they have to have it, love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and also they should not go after this world and pleasure of this world. Today, one of the attributes, Imam says, أَمَّا اللَّيْلُ فَصَافُونَ أَقْدَامَهُم, how they divide day and night. Day and night has a 24 hours. Imam Ali Islam, he gave us a very clear instruction how to divide our time properly in order to gain a best result. First, Layl or night is half of the 24 hours. Day is half and night is half. Maybe in winter, days are short and nights are long. And in summer, maybe nights are short and days are long. But in general, once you look at the day and night concept, 50-50. What we should do? Quran did not advise us to wake up all night and to do worship and ibadah. No, that's not the case. Quran, in fact, emphasized to the Prophet, Ya ayyuhal muddathir muzammil qum al-layl illa qalila nisfahu inqus minhu. O Holy Prophet, don't wake up all night and don't worship all night to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nisfahu, half of that, or less than half. Or you can add a little more. So we have a good instruction. Only couple of nights, like what we have hadith is, من أحيا ليلة العيد وليلة نصف من شعبان وليلة القدر لم يمت قلبه يوم تموت القلوب. Those who wake up night time, not all the year, Laylatul Qadr, 15th of Sha'ban, the eve night of Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Qurban, and perhaps Laylatul the night of 27th of Rajab, and these nights is good to wake up and dedicate whole night to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have a hadith and riwayat. But other than these nights, no, at least portion of that we need to sleep. So let's say if night is 12 hours, because as I said, sometimes maybe more or less, depending upon what season you are in. But in general, 12 hours. What Quran says, nisfahu, half of that, meaning that at least 6 hours we need to sleep. Less than 6 hours is not good at all. According to hadith and riwayat, nisf, half of the night. And also we should have a constant sleep without any waking up. So 6 hours in 24 hours is a good for us to sleep. That's the criterion rule. Quran says, nisfahu aw inqus minhu aw zid alayhi. Half of that, little bit less than half is okay, like 5 hours. More than half is okay, like 7, 8 hours, but not to sleep 12 hours or 15 hours. Even if it's a weekend nights, because tomorrow I don't have to go to work, I want to sleep till, like for example, 10, 12, sometimes 2 p.m. No. 6 hours, more than 6, meaning 8 is okay, but not more than 8. Less 5 is okay, but not less than 5 or 4 hours. Minimum we need to have a rest. While Quran and Ahadith and Riwayat says, وَجَعَلْ لَيْلَ سَكَنًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made us night to have a rest, to take care of ourselves. In fact, according to Hadith and Riwayat, Mal'oonun, the one who is not sleeping during the night time, is not among those whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bestowed upon him his blessings. Unless if you have a job night time and you cannot, and according to Hadith and Riwayat, even if you want to seek a rizq halal, there is no barakah if you work during the night time, unless if it's nature of the job. Like for example, if you are an emergency room doctor, or if you are, for example, a soldier, you have to protect the country. Those type of things is exemption. But if normally, if you have a choice to, find out the job daytime or nighttime, it's better to find out daytime, not nighttime. There is no barakah for those who seek the job or those who work the job nighttime while they have a choice to work daytime. I'm not asking for the emergency time or emergency people or those people, they have to, but usually, normally, if you have to work, it's better to work during the daytime. That's why I come to Hadith and Riwayat. Daytime, if you are a man, like mashallah you guys, to sit in your home during the daytime is makruh. According to hadith and riwayat, get out of the home during the daytime. You don't have a job, at least go and seek the job. Do something. Bring some grocery. Do something during the daytime. Don't be in the home during the daytime. Unless if the nature of the job is you need to stay in home, that's something else. Okay? That's makruh for the man to, for example, sit in home during the daytime. But nighttime, yes, nighttime you should come and you should spend your nighttime. So half of that you need to rest. At least 6 hours, a little bit less hours is okay, but not too less, not too more. A little bit is okay. That's very important. Usually, once you want to divide daytime, according to hadith and riwayats, you need to seek rizq halal nisfahu, half of the day, or zida alayhi, or a little bit more than half of that. Like if day is 12 hours, you need to spend at least 6 hours to seek rizq halal, or more than 6 hours, which is 8 hours, or less, 5 hours, okay. Meaning that if you have a week, so 7 days a week, at least here they have a good standard, which is 40 hours a week, which comes to 5 hours a day, or 6, 8 hours, no, 7,
He's calculating.
no.
Not 5.
So Islam doesn't give you to sleep weekends, no. So if you want to overlap, that's something else. So like 40 hours, if you want to divide in 7, how much is that? It is mathematicians.
Almost 6 hours.
6 hours.
Less than 6.
Little bit less than 6 hours. It's good. That's what Quran and Hadith and Riwayat says. Nisfahu, half of the day, which is 6 hours a day, all the days, okay, which is good to work. If you want to add a little bit more, it's okay. A little bit less is okay, but not too much. Not 1 hour a day and then rest, no. Or no, not like some people, they work 15 hours, 18 hours, that's also not good. That's, that's not good. I mean, I'm talking about the standard, what Quran gives us. So half of the night, 6 hours sleeping, half of the day, 6 hours working. Rest of that, we need to divide, according to what Imam Ali says, have a good balance. Some people, you know that, before marriage, they are social people. They take care of their mother, father, brothers, all, everything. After marriage, they have a zero social life. That's wrong. Some people, even after marriage, they continue same path of, mashallah, socializing all day and night. That's wrong. You need to have a balance. When Quran says you need to distribute your time properly, or a hadith, Imam Ali says properly, you need to distribute properly with a good balance, meaning that you need to take care of your family, yourself. You need to give a rest yourself. You need to have your own time. You need to spend with your friends. You need to go to masjids. You need to take care of your father, mother, and also your wife. Maybe once you, after marriage, your responsibility will be different because you have your own children, your wife, and so on and so forth. You have to have a balance. After all, you cannot get rid of this hadith and you know what? Because I have my own life, who cares about my sister? Who cares about my brother? Who cares about social life? No. Or even after marriage, you know what? I have my father, mother, my sister, so I cannot sacrifice them, so I want to sacrifice my wife. No, that's not the case. Quran and Hadith and Riwayah says that half of the night for sleeping, half of the day for your work. It means 12 hours for yourself, for seeking rizq halal and seeking or sleeping, giving a rest. Rest of the 12 hours, you need to manage portion of that to build your scale. Portion of that to communicate to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, dua, raz, niyaz. Portion of that, sitting and spending a life or your time with your partner, with your parents. Lots of ahadith and riwayat. One of the person comes to Imam, he says, "Oh Imam, oh Holy Prophet, how can I go and spend my time with my father, mother? Why? They torture me a lot." Imam says that, "Do you hate to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala?" He says, "No, it's not a matter of worshipping." Imam says, "The moment you go and spend your time with your parents, you're worshiping to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala." Or Imam encourage us to work in your home also. According to hadith and riwayat, man sa'a ila zawjati, the one who help his wife, whether it's cleaning the dishes or cooking or whatever, each and every moment he spends, he is in the shadow of the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَجَارِ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ, he is going to be my neighbor on the judgment day to help the wife, family members. It's not like everything she has to do and I have to be served. That's it, period. No, that's not. Life is different. I mean, we have a different standard when it comes to ahadith and riwayah. The way ahadith and riwayah encourage us. أَمَّا اللَّيْلُ فَصَافُونَ أَقْدَامُهُمْ. Portion of that they spend to communicate to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How much of that is good is 1 hour, more or less is okay. If you go and calculate that, 1 hour more or less is okay to spend. For example, portion of that, what you should do. Ta'lina al-ajza' al-Qur'an. Recitation of Qur'an. Maybe like a couple of minutes is good. Portion of that is namaz al-shab or any other supplications, dua. Portion of that is tafakkur. Just sit. Believe me, it's a beautiful, moment. Once you wake up during night time, before Fajr prayer, just spread the musalla and sit on musalla and ponder and think between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and see how much He bestowed upon you the ni'mat and rahmat and bounties and blessings. He gave you all this power, means of life. Compare that with those who don't have anything. For example, in Iraq, Afghanistan, Palestine, Bangladesh, here, there, those who are living in poverty, be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and ask for. So just thinking, sitting. So portion of that is tafakkur. It's very important to spend portion of that hour is to contemplate, think, recognize, and pondering. Portion of that is recitation of Quran, and portion of that is to supplicate to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, supplications and namaz. So prayers, thinking, and recitation of Quran. These are the 3 guidelines which we have to do while we are here. And also come to hadith and riwayats. When we say spend your time with your family members, a hadith and riwayat are talking about the quality life. Mal'oon, the one who just sit in home has a physical presence, but he did not communicate well to his family member or wife, children, mother, for whoever. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will curse on that person. Lots of times, you see, people they go because they're tired and they're just flip-flop about the channels. They're sitting as if they're spending time in home, but they're not talking to the wife, children, and so on and so forth. It's very important to spend quality life, quality time, not just quantity. Sometimes, if you're in home for 10 hours, is nothing, but sometimes if you are there 1 hour, 2 hours with quality time is much better than spending 10 hours without quality time. That's very important to learn from the hadith and riwayah. You see, 14th century back, our imams, they gave this precise guidelines. What to do during the daytime, nighttime, how to spend, even how to talk to your wife. Man qala rajulan li imratihi ana uhibbuki. The person, once he entered the home, if he says, I love you, honey, lam yakhruj min qalbiha, this doesn't go away from her heart, and she will become your slave. I'm not saying that, So that's what the Quran and Hadith says. But once you enter what is this? Oh, you know what? It's not clean. It's not just your naggy. Once she says, okay, you better be out of home. Don't come to home. That's not. With love, with compassion, with good approach, you can change the hearts of the people. You don't need to take a cane or, for example, mashallah, some of the sticks to string up. No, lots of times with good approach, but unfortunately, emotional communication is lacking, especially in our, Indo-Pak communities. We don't engage in emotional or, the feelings, exchange of feelings. That is a lacking point, unfortunately. I'm not talking about you guys, mashallah, you're ahead of, you're pioneer in this field, which is good, but we have to learn that. The amount of hadith and riwayat spends. I'm sorry, I'm going very detailed because it's very important. Each and every point, it's my duty sometimes. Some of the great ulama, the way they talk, how we have to fix about the family problems, family matters, how to, communicate. You will amaze that no one can explain to that details. Even we have instruction how to say, when to say, or even, for example, before the relationship, what to do, all of that, point to point. I don't want to go about, those type of things, but it's very important. Amma-layl, how should spend the night time? First, night is a sakana, a pleasure time. And especially, sakana means to have a rest, comfort time. So according to hadith and riwayat, don't engage in arguments and debates during that time. If you have disagreements, don't talk in front of the children. Not night time, even if you lock the door. Children will listen to that. Daytime is good time. 1 hour, 2 hours while you're, for example, walking. In open space, we have lots of encouragement from our ulama that communicate with your wife for any disagreements in open space. Why open space? Not in your home, so you can control your anger. For example, go to, for example, coffee shop, or sit there, or in park. You cannot yell at each other. It's good. You can get a fruitful result out of that. Otherwise, if you're not, you're yelling and shouting, and the result is zero, nothing. And we have a key guideline from our ulama that the one who did not communicate with his wife on a regular basis is a loser. He's a loser, period. We need to have a fruitful dialogue and communications. Lots of times we engage in our busy life. We don't have a time. And she has lots of things grievous, and maybe husband also has lots of grievous. When can resolve? If we have a fruitful communication. So that's why nighttime, don't never ever open the discussion and shouting. Why? Because وَجَعَلَ اللَّيْلَ سَكَنًا. Nighttime, be in peaceful mood, comfort zone, enjoy being there. Anything, push it to next day. It's not going to be too late. One. Second, once you talk and discuss, as you want to have a, your time between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's good. Especially according to hadith and riwayat, night time, dinner, you spend with your family members. Dinner, we have a lots of emphasize from our ulama to have your dinner on table with all the people. Even if you had a dinner, for whatever the reason, party, just sit there, enjoy being there. Have this. That's why Salatul Jamaat prayer, night time, and eating together, we have to have that on table from the childhood. I remember my mother, she used to do with my father and all of us, no matter what we are doing, where we are, even it's a village and you know how, but my mother, she used to send my brothers, whoever, to bring all together, sit and have a, dinner together. So still I remember, I cherish that, mashallah, how that was. A beautiful moment. And that's why it's very important to spend a family life. So, أَمَّا اللَّيْلَ فَصَافُونَ أَقْدَامَهُمْ. Imam says, yes, sleeping, that's you need to do. Spend your quality time with your wife, children, father, mother, your relatives is very good. And one of the very destructive point is nighttime, just watching the movies, hours and hours. It's not healthy. It's not good at all. It's not healthy and good at all. And also sometimes, you know what? You carry your work inside of your home. Once you're there, you're not happy and you want to, for example, sometimes okay, for example, if there is an emergency or something. Just you're sleeping, you're thinking about work. Hey, mashallah, your wife is here, your child is there, and they have your right. No, like this laptop and this shaitan, mashallah, I'm not saying it in the wrong way, but laptop is sometimes rahmah, is penetrated in your bedroom, in your, for example, bed. While you're sleeping, you're all saying, oh, la ilaha illallah, there is no need. Have some peaceful time and rest. So, between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala should not have any destruction. The way you need to have a completely direct communication without any interruption between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is three things: Quran, dua and prayer, and thinking and contemplation and pondering the same way between you and your family member. Nothing should be obstacle, no film, no videos, no, for example, these games, nothing. Just cherish, sit down and talk and have your own moment between each other. It's very important. Besides that, once you recite Quran, Imam says, Talina aqdamahum. The hand is not stable. What does it mean? I mean, they're showing they're in the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's a night time. There's a beautiful hadith. Hazrat Isa alayhi salam, he got from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He asked from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, oh my Lord, tell me what is the best time to communicate to you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed to Musa, oh Musa, don't you see every lover one, he wants to talk to the loved one in a separate and in a privacy. We don't want to, for example, talk in front of the 100 people. The ashiq and mashiq, the lover and the loved one. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that if you love me, if I'm your mashuq and you are my ashiq, find this secret time when everyone is sleeping, wake up. When is the best time? Closer to morning Fajr prayer time. Like even half an hour before the Fajr prayer time, just wake up and communicate with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala while everyone is away. This is you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because everyone deserves that. Like wife and husband, they deserve to have a special time. Children, they deserve to have a special time. And if you love truly to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, safuna aqdamahum. Their legs are not stable, meaning that they're looking for an appropriate secret time to enjoy with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. يُرَتِّلُونَ الْقُرْآنَ تَرْتِيلًا. When they recite with tartil. What is tartil? Tartil is when you open the Quran. I have lots of ways to recite. One is that's one way. One is like an Abdul Basit. You want to recite one ayah in 2 hours, you don't need to do that. Tartil meaning that you can understand, others can understand. When you have, for example, a special time with your lover one, if your lover and the loved one, how you want to have a peaceful dialogue, precise, one by one. The same with tartil is a special dialogue and talk between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And what a beautiful hadith and riwayat we have of fourth Imam when he used to recite Quran morning time. Those who used to carry the water in those days, there was no pipeline, there was no system like what you have. They used to carry the water into buckets, heavy water, 2 buckets with something in the shoulder. And those people, those who used to carry the water, when they reached to the house of Imam Sajjad, they used to stay there for hours. What are you doing? They don't even feel the pain of what they're carrying. That's the way to communicate to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Tardila yuhazzinuna bihi anfusahum. They enjoy themselves as if this Quran is revealing upon them. Ya ayyuhal insan ma gharraka bi rabbikal kareem. What happened to you? You want to show you're arrogant to whom? You're in the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is not only revealed to Holy Prophet. No. I'm reciting this Quran as if this Quran is revealed on me now. لو أنزلنا هذا القرآن على جبل لرأيته خاشعا متصدعا من خشية الله. What we have is this Quran is revealed on my heart, on my soul. يحزنون به أنفسهم. Enjoy this revelation of Quran. ويستبشرون به دواء دائهم. Whenever they recite the Quran, they reach to an ayah which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us a glad tiding, good news, basharat about the Behesht and Jannat. They feel that I'm in paradise. They feel the taste of paradise while they are reciting. يستبشرون. They give the glad tiding to themselves. And dawa adaihim, this is a cure for them. This is a cure for them. Each and every ayah is going to be shafa. Cure for all the illnesses. You have any problems? Anything? You're suffering from any other problems? Just sit between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala like that. And recite Quran. Once you open the Quran, each and every word and letter of Quran should give a cureness to our problems. فإذا مروا بآية فيها تشبيق ركضوا إليها طمعا وظنوا أنها نصب أعينهم. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about the Behesht, paradise, and the ni'mat of paradise, they are seeking from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, thank you for these ni'mat and rahmat, as if they got now. Allahu Akbar. وإذا مروا بآية فيها تخويف أصغوا إليها مسامع قلوبهم. Whenever we reach to the ayah which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala warns us and about the punishment, chastisement about those who go astray against the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, those who reject the truth and the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they feel that, oh, I don't want to be that person. They don't feel comfortable. They're crying, oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'm not among those people. وظنوا أن زفير جهنم وشهيقها في أصول آذانهم, as if the punishment and the chastisement and the screaming in the hellfire, they hear in their ears. Allahu Akbar. حانون على أوساطهم مفترشون لجباههم. When they go sleep, because they have accountability of themselves, they sleep that there's nothing on their neck, as if they, settle down everything. When they sleep, these type of things. Even if you sleep on the rock, you feel that Alhamdulillah, you won't have a deep sleep. Why you need to have a, the comfort bed and all that? As you're tossing and turning. Aside, maybe if I have a sleeping pill, I can sleep. Why? Because there's lots of things going in your mind. But Imam alayhi salam, what he gave us, the guideline. If you follow those guidelines, once you sleep, you have a complete rest. Nuh, one of the Nuh bin Makab, one of the companions of Imam Ali alayhi salam, he said that I approached Imam Ali alayhi salam kind of at the yawm on one of the nights. He said, "Oh Ali, how can you sleep on the rock while your bed is, for example, this earth? How can you enjoy that?" Imam says that I'm sleeping to seek a pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When I sleep, I have nothing grievous in my heart. فَوَّزُ أَمْرِي إِلَى اللَّهِ, I leave everything to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When I sleep, I have no grievous, no worries, nothing. As if I'm ready to take our departure from here to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you know what? It's a, mashallah, beautiful advice of Imam Ali, Imam Hussain alayhi salam. Last time when Imam Hussain alayhi salam came to say goodbye to Zainab, she said, "Oh my brother, there is no advice for me." Imam said, "Don't forget me in your night prayers. La tansini fi nafilatil layl." In your night prayers. Allahu Akbar. That was the advice of Imam Hussain to his sister Zainab al-Kubra. Can you imagine that? If Zainab al-Kubra, she wakes up night time to offer the prayer, how it is? I would like to say a last story from the Karbala, and I would like to conclude that. See the power of the night of prayer of night. Yazid, after all these problems happens, at one time he realized what a shameful act I did. He came to Imam Sajjad, he turns, and he was whispering in the ears of Imam Sajjad. He says, "O Sajjad, hal li tawbah? There's any way that I can repent to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala?" Imam, he took a deep breath and said, "You Allah, I swear to Allah, yes, still you have a tawbah. What I should do?" Simple. You announce what you did was wrong and give the right to the right person and do what you did. And second thing, night prayer, you wake up and have a tawbah and do namaz al-shab. Zainab al-Kubra, she was not able to take anymore. She said, "Yabna akhi, oh my son of my brother, oh Sajjad, oh Imam, hal adulluhu ila al-jannah, you're showing him the path to paradise and jannat." Please listen to this piece of advice of our fourth Imam. Our Imam said, "Ya ammati Zainab, oh my aunt Zainab, we are from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide here to all the people, even the qatil of my father, the killer of my father. If he wants to find the right path, I have to show him without any hesitation. I'm here, I'm Imam of my qatil of my father and all the people first. Second, don't worry, oh my aunt Zainab, Yazid is not going to repent, he's not going to announce, and neither he has a chance to wake up in the night time and offer Fajr prayer or the namaz-e-shab. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us and give strength and tawfiq to have all the ni'mat and rahmat. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر لي ولكم إن شاء الله إلى أرواح المؤمنين والمؤمنات بالأخص مرحومين حاضرين and your مرحومين مرحومات, especially مرحومين of those who sponsor this night al-Fatiha مع الصلوات.